Side by side, coming through the tri-oval. 9 laps of racing to go. Green flag goes back in the air.
Oh, Brendan spun the tires, but so did James. It looks like everybody
gone trying to wrap out that engine, see if he can get to turns 1 and 2. Now the battle's on for second.
Timothy Peters for the second week in a row on a late restart.
James Buescher has made his way up to second, battling for the lead with Timothy Peters after being on pit road and changing a carburetor during this race.
Side by side right now. We talked about how strong James Buescher has been. We've also talked about Matt Crafton all night long. These guys side by side. Watch Matt charge up there and make it 3 wide.
Buescher on the inside, Peters on the outside. He's going to take the spot, and it looks as though a lot of damage to the 6 of Lofton. He's into the wall. Can he get to pit road without the caution coming out? No, the caution comes out.
Keep coming around, bud.
Not the way he wants the evening to end. He'll bring that truck to the attention of his crew.
I think right now Timothy Peters pulls up beside James Buescher, and now NASCAR will have to go back to the last loop prior to the caution flag.
That win for Timothy Peters, his 4th win. Here's the last restart. This is what happened. You saw the 2 of Brendan Gaughan spin the tires.
He brought him down really, really slow. When he got in the throttle, he spun the tires. Timothy actually had lost some ground, but then owners need to know about racing, and I'm pretty sure that Rick Crawford knows a little bit about racing. Look at the top of your screen here, right there. And there's Todd Bodine down on the inside of him. We saw some damage on Todd's truck as well, but Saturday night, tuned into Speed, watching these guys in the trucks battle. Hermie, what's Buescher saying down there?
Well, he and his crew chief Mike Shelton are talking about the last restart and what happened with the 2 truck of Brendan Gaughan and when things got going. So they are trying to learn from what they saw the last restart and trying to get themselves in the best possible position to cap off this pretty outstanding comeback for the 31 team. Ray?
Well, it'd be a great comeback for the 17 too, no matter how this thing finishes. And crew chief Butch Hilton has been on the radio reminding Timothy Peters that this is a big picture points night. He said we could come out of here pretty good if we don't win a lot. So kind of keeping the big picture in points. But remember, Timothy
create a green-white checker.
We don't want them to do that.
Well, we don't want them to do that, but we saw them 5 wide the last restart. Looked like we were racing at Talladega back there. I mean, that's crazy. And those guys were racing for 12th. And that
line. Then in row 2. The 2 of Brendan Gaughan and the 88 of Matt Crafton coming through the tri-oval. Green flag back in the air.
Advantage this time, dead even, coming off of 2.
Down the back stretch they go. Now in front of the 17, but here comes Timothy Peters on the bottom of the racetrack. This time by, the white flag will fly. Who will be in front when they cross the stripe?
How about
Buescher has the advantage.
The lead with the white flag in the air.
Side by side at the stripe. Peters had the advantage. White flag in the air. This is it. Final lap. They're battling door to door as they go through 1 and 2.
You think Timothy Peters is thinking about the big picture right now? He wants to win this race. He drives up in front of Brendan Gaughan. Brendan to the bottom trying to grab that spot.
Now second. It's Brendan Gaughan taking it away from the 17 of Timothy Peters. Does he have any room to get up to the 31? James Buescher, after changing a carburetor, coming through the tri-oval. James Buescher will win in Chicago.
Hornaday sideways on the front straightaway. And get to victory lane. And in dramatic fashion too. What a finish these guys put. So determined to get the victory, whether it was Peters or Gaughan or Buescher, they just fought so hard. Fireworks on the racetrack too.
And James Buescher have Hornaday beating Cale Gale by a very, very small margin. About 6/100ths of a second. And Hornaday was going sideways.
We talk about the 1.5 miles. This is a 5th of 10 1/2 miles. That guy has won 3 of them. And you got to win on the 1.5 miles to win the championship, if history tells you. Absolutely. In the last 12 years, only 2 times as a champion, not won at least 1 race on a 1.5 miles.
Hermie Sadler.
Mike Shelton, I'm going to get out of the way 1 second. I saw that coming. Hey, a few laps before this race was over, you guys were in survival mode. Take what you can get and get out of here. You end up in victory lane. How'd you do it?
These guys don't give up. James never gives up. I just can't thank them enough. I mean, thank God, thank these guys. I mean, they didn't give up. Carburetor change on pit road. James buckled down, 1 little change. I mean, he was on a mission. I don't know what to say. I mean, that's huge.
Well, this is a good win for this race team. Come back from 2 laps down, and they're going to victory lane at Chicago.
Thanks, Hermie. Big celebration for the 31 team, and James Buescher got his first NASCAR win to start up the season.
Who's won 3 times this season. I think Hermie is in victory lane.
A very wet victory lane, I might add.
You're drenched, sir.
I am drenched, but I'm
Fresh from Florida Gulf Seafood. The tires had lost grip. We were sliding around under caution, and if you're going to try to go from 35 miles an hour to 170 or whatever it is, it's a lot easier to go from 50 miles an hour to that. So I don't know why he went so slow, but got all jumbled up, and that's what got us up to second, and eventually got us the lead. But I knew I had to go faster than that, and just try to outrun Timothy. The bottom's always sketchy because you never know if you're going to lose that right side air, but it's a shorter way around, so it's kind of catch-22. I thought maybe he was going to get me after that. Coming to the white flag, he had a good run, but cleared him off too, and it was a pretty awesome win.
That's James Buescher, win number 3, and all in this very truck. He goes to victory lane in Chicagoland. Rick?
Battle back.
Well, the team never gave up. They gave that young man what he needed, and man, what a great job James did closing this deal.
We knew he was going to be good because he'd closed to 4th there before that last restart. He had a fast truck, and he did an absolute perfect job.
Heck, Phil, you said when he was back in 8th spot, you better watch this cat. He's got a fast truck. You called that one, buddy.
Another guy with a very fast truck tonight, the 17. Remember, he had to start at the back of the field and made his way to the front, Ray.
And guys, I talked at the top of the
Biggest lead all year that anyone has had. So Timothy Peters with a little bit of comfort up there as he's got a week off before he goes back to Pocono.